Hey guys, Brennan here from MDG Media. Just wanted to give you a quick little disclaimer about the video you're about to see for the round four final round of the European Disc Golf Championships FPO. We had a lot of weather delays and shotgun starts, so some of the graphics might not add up, but just follow along with us and enjoy. I feel like that was good.
Hello everyone and welcome back to MDG Media's coverage of the European Disc Golf Championships 2025 from Sula, Norway, beautiful Vasset disc golf course. We got the final round, front nine, FPO, lead card coming at you. Andrew Gum here.
What's up, guys? It's Brennan back again with the final round, man. I'm so excited to see how this tournament ends. Well, I'm even excited to have a round today. If you guys saw the round three, we weren't sure if we were going to have a round today, but we do, and it's going to be interesting.
Indeed, it's going to be awesome. In a way, it's like a bonus round, it feels like, after what we've been through. Check out the merch from the website. Kristin, she's from Estonia, the reigning European champ, looking to take down another one and defend that title. Latitude discs.
We got Eveliina Salonen coming in, 981 rated, sponsored by Innova, trying to get another win. As you guys might have saw that Albatross ace that she got, really impressive.
Yeah, we got our fellow compatriot Henna Blomroos, Innova discs. Yeah, awesome player from Rauma, Finland.
So excited to see what she could do today. And we have a new face on our lead card, Kaidi Allsalu. Hope I'm saying that right.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Prodigy sponsored. Really cool player. I've seen her around a lot. So excited to see some coverage of her.
Yeah, we're going to get right into it. Hole one's a beauty, isn't it? It's that downhill a little bit, moving right to left. 131 meters or 430 feet, right by the clubhouse. Good vibes all around this place, huh?
Yeah, man, I love this course. The energy is so awesome today. We had to push. Maybe we should tell the listeners a little bit about what happened.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk a little bit about what happened with the shotgun start and what's going on here?
Yeah, we didn't know if we were going to get to play this out. We will listen to them announced, and I'll get right back to it. But it's been a crazy day and a half here. See the flags blowing. The wind's been wild. The weather's been crazy. So we were not sure if we're going to play, but turns out that we had a shotgun start where everybody, they made a big cut to the field, 33% of the top players in all divisions playing at the same time on different holes. Shotgun start, they call it. Kristin off the tee, looking good, pretty decent position. Yeah, they set it back till when the winds were forecast to let up, and they're pretty much raging still, but dying off, and it's going to be pretty good conditions by the time we get through this. So
Yeah, so right now, FPO lead card normally tees off, somewhere before the first guys, like the last position guys start. But right now what we have is the FPO actually teeing off the same time as everyone else. It all got pushed to around a 3 p.m. start. So it was made for some very interesting golf. Everyone kind of playing in the same conditions, but all the best possible conditions. I want to give a big shout out to just Oyvind and all of the guys. They were working so hard to make sure that we could get a final round today. It would have been really unfortunate, to have just no one wants to win after 3 rounds.
Yeah, so
Of
anticlimactic,
supposed to
right?
be a 4-round tournament. Sure, yeah, it's a win, but you don't want to win that way. So it's really awesome that everyone. And it was very good communication with all through their Instagram, through the WhatsApp groups and everything. Talking to the team captains, being like, guys, we're gonna push this back. We're gonna push this back. Let's make sure we can get a final round today. So really good job with the whole team, making sure all the players were safe, making sure everyone was able to get a final round in for the European Disc Golf Championship. It's really important to have that.
Yeah, the European Disc Golf Federation puts this on every 2 years. The super prestigious title for Europeans only. And yeah, Matej Vero, Miko Vikman, working with the local organizing committee, to make sure that we get this final round in, and they did it flawlessly. The communication was brilliant, as you said. Here we are, getting into it. It's going to be so much fun to relive this with you, my friend.
Yeah,
Awesome.
man.
So happy to be here. So here's Kristin trying to save that par. She's got a one-stroke lead, as we heard on.
Oh, nice putt.
Yeah, clutch. As we heard from the interview, you know, she played the hole 18 on round 3 as if it were for the win, because there was so much speculation about whether or not we were going to get to play. The weather was looking crazy, and it was pretty unlikely that we would get to play, but here we are.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing, you know, coming into the final round. I mean, I think she probably would have ran that putt if not knowing that this was going to be the final round. You know, I think she probably would have ran that putt and probably would have made it.
No doubt, 100%.
On a day 3 moving day, she probably would have put that putt in, and maybe that will change things moving forward. We don't know, but it is something interesting to talk about. But again, conditions are the conditions. Safety is the safety of the players. So it's what we have to deal with, and that's where we are.
Yeah. Hole 2, par 3, 80 meters. Tell us about it.
262 feet, 80 meters, low ceiling. Try to hit the gap, man. Just hit that darn gap. Do not hit that thing on the left. That is not a Mando. I keep thinking it's a Mando, but
Right.
It is not. Just get up there. Most times birdies I see, they skip right around where the drone is flying over right now. Skips up and slides to the pin. That's going to be your best look for a birdie. A lot of people tend to kind of hit it a little hard when you hit a gap, and they end up long with a look back, and there's not OB behind it. Let's see what Kristin can do here. And that's what I said not to hit. But a lot of players end up hitting that. It's tough to hit that gap. Final round. Wind's whipping. She tries to go a little overstable, kind of flex there to make sure she's there, but a little bit turned over.
Decent position, though. Most likely par up. Pretty hard to run that, but this one's overturned, but it's going to ride the fence line along. Might have a couple trees in the way, but also probably just a pitch up for par, especially in these conditions. Wind is still ripping, not quite like what we saw yesterday, not even really close to what we saw yesterday, but it's going to die off. You know, it's forecast to die off as we move forward. Which is
I'd like to speak a little bit on oh, there we go. Let's go. Ben Douche and Andrew, my guy right next to me, shouting out the Wayo, shouting out MDG, man.
Yeah, get some gear for sure. That's available on the MDG merch shop.
Very cool. Awesome shot there. I wanted to talk a little bit about the weather and what was going on today. I actually think, in my opinion, it played a little bit easier than yesterday. Personally, that's what I saw from the field a little bit, in the sense that the weather seemed to be predictable today. Although it was bad, the wind was strong, the rains were there, but it was all predictable. It was just kind of strong gray wind and rain over top of us the whole time, versus yesterday was extreme ups and downs, extreme lefts and rights, swirling backs and forths. You didn't really know. Oh, nice putt there from Kaidi, Allsalu. But it seemed to be a little bit more predictable today. When walking up to a hole, all of your card mates were going to have the same wind. Everyone was kind of dealing with the same thing, versus, rushing your tee shots or rushing your putts yesterday because you didn't know when the gust was going to come. It felt more predictable to me today.
Great observation. Indeed, it was gusting like mad yesterday. It was just like bonkers, really. You might have seen some social media stuff. You probably watched the footage. Yeah, it was not even like disc golf as the players described it. It was like just hope and pray that the disc does something that gets you somewhere. It's like, but you can't control it. So.
Yeah. So again, still bad conditions today, objectively, but not insane from also an objective standpoint. Not going like absolutely dead and absolutely no wind to absolutely crazy wind. It was predictable. So you can play disc golf in that. Choose your overstable discs, and You're going to want to maybe choose one here for hole 3. We got 348 feet, 106 meters. Got hazard on the left, some swamp on the right. Kind of just push something out there, straight to fade. Got a little guardian tree there on the left. Fade right under that. See if you can get a birdie.
Exactly. Well said. Just hit the gap. Let it ride up there. Hope you don't hit that beech tree or get stuck behind it. Yeah. Hazard can come into play. We saw Silva get over there, but haven't seen it too much otherwise. Kristin, backhand, early release. It fights through, though, quite luckily, I would say. And
yeah, tree could have helped. You could have maybe found that hazard had that tree not been there. Oh, that looks pretty beamed. Oh, but staying held over.
It's got some stability, though, and it fights back. Pin high, about almost 20 meters or a little over 60 feet. Probably not in a great position for a birdie, but...
Late flip. Interesting late flip there on that one. I thought that looked great. That is still good. That is a great shot, yeah. But you saw how that wind kind of late flipped that.
Kaidi. This looks pretty pure. Oh, but yeah.
And again,
the wind does turn it. Yeah. Stability brings it back, so pretty nice flight, but a little bit short. Also kind of not really in great birdie range given the conditions. There you see everyone's pretty well prepared. They've been waiting around all day, which is also something interesting to think about, not knowing if they were going to play or when they were going to play, when they should start warming up, when they should eat and, schedule their day. This has been a strange scenario.
Yeah, no one knew in the morning. I mean, a lot of us woke up, as the MDG crew being like, are we filming today? Are we playing disc golf today? No one knew. Which is interesting coming into this. A lot of players, they're used to having their routine. They do their yoga, they do their stretches, they have their normal, breakfast and yogurt or whatever it is that you're doing to get ready for a tournament of this stature, So when you're having these delays or these potentials and all these things in your mind, it can mess with you.
Yeah, I've been doing this for years and never seen anything like it.
Mm-hmm.
Super dramatic and interesting, exciting. I mean, nerve-wracking if you're a player, of course. And even in the media thing, it was like, I kind of had a feeling we weren't going to play, and then I went back to sleep, and then woke up, and we had to roll, and it's been a wild ride. It was delayed, first of all, 2 hours, so we got a little extra sleep, which was nice.
Mm-hmm.
Then it got delayed again, and we weren't really sure. And then they decided to go ahead with the shotgun start, which was kind of like a little bit later down in the option. It's kind of like one of the last resorts, really. And I was happy to hear that we were going to play.
Yeah.
And here we are.
Let's see here. Looking at the leaderboard, we got Kristin and Eveliina tied. Obviously, it's a two-horse race here. I mean, there's no
Moving on, hole 4, par 4, 147 meters from this tee that we're passing right now. A lot of stuff on the left here that you don't want to bump into. That's all OB, including those structures. A lot of poles you can hit. Oh, yeah, really swampy land over there. OB on the right. That's kind of lakeside. And then also Lake OB a little bit later on in the fairway. OB also, long and left. And then the basket just perched right there on it. Quite a few guardian trees to beat as well. Not a long par 4, but pretty technical for sure.
Yeah, you see some of those stakes we just passed through on the left. I've actually seen some really, really good drives that I thought looked really pure from the tee. That because a lot of times you have a tailwind here, and someone rips something out there, and you think it looks good, but it still ends up long left OB. Shots where players have been like, yeah, great shot, and then all of a sudden it ends long left OB.
Indeed.
Kristin, that's turned over.
Way overturned.
Oh, and a little cut bounce there. Stays safe.
Yeah, good position. Not a ton of distance, but you don't really need a ton of distance on this one. Just anything on the fairway is fine. I mean, it makes the upshot a little more difficult, but...
Ooh, little worm burn skip there. That is wonderful position.
Prime. Yeah. Low but brilliant ground play and eyeing up the pin from, about halfway there.
This is also very pure. Great shot by Henna. I've been really impressed with Henna's game, to be honest, watching all this coverage back. Such an awesome player.
Yeah, she's got it all. Great distance.
Nice drive there, too. Might be a little strange footing with that pole right behind her, but
Yeah,
should be manageable.
Might be a standstill
Yeah.
approach coming. Speaking of standstill approaches, here's Kristin ripping a forehand. Gets to there, like just circle 2, just outside.
I mean, day 4 with these conditions, it's kind of like a do I run this range? I mean, obviously, as we spoke about right before the break, I mean, this is a 2-horse race.
Yeah, it's match play.
Yes, it's match play. This is Kristin versus Eveliina, hands down.
Yeah, and as you said, Kristin coming in with a 1-stroke lead instead of a 2-stroke lead. I'm pretty certain she would have hit that putt. She even said in the interview she played it as if it were the final round, and so she laid it up, just guaranteeing that victory if it were to be canceled. Slides it up, pretty decent. Maybe a little short though, I guess.
Yeah,
you'd like to get closer, actually.
Look at this right here, yeah.
She lays it up.
And
right,
she lays it up, yep.
Smart play, not feeling it with that death putt there. Obi right behind. Kristin smells some blood. She thinks she can get another stroke back here. We'll get to that in a moment. Kaidi first. Hits the pole. Wind is still up at this point. It is expected to taper off. So Henna lays up. But as you said, it's more consistent. It's more steady.
Mm-hmm.
It's not gusting like crazy and swirling all over the place.
Oh. And that goes OB, so she did go for the putt, trying to get the stroke. Ends up having an OB added on top of that. Unfortunate there for Kristin.
Yeah. Taking the risk. Getting bit. Giving one back. We're going to have a tie ball game. Just like that. 4 holes into this. We're dead even. And yeah, it's kind of crazy to think that the 4th place player is 23 strokes behind our leaders right now.
Oh, wow. I didn't even realize how far it was. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's a chance she could fight for the podium, but it's, like you said, 2-horse race.
Mm-hmm.
Henna almost feels like she's got the 3rd spot locked up, but you never know. There's other players out there on other cards, too, that are just behind Kaidi, including Rachel Turton.
Here we got hole 5. As you've seen before, over the water. You're probably going to want to just blast something out there. You want to fade left, try to kind of get over that path, and there a little bit left. You don't want to get too right, especially in sometimes you have a headwind here. Is that a headwind? That flag looks like a bit of a headwind. Is this?
Yeah, head a little bit cross.
Oh, inbounds.
Yeah, the wind tends to come left to right with a head on this one, and that's exactly what we're seeing here.
Yep, look at that bouncing, dancing, bouncing. Doesn't make it.
Nope. DZ.
Yeah, does not cross there. So if you do cross, you can play from where you cross, but unfortunately does not. So she's going to head to the drop zone, which is a pretty tough drop zone, honestly.
Yep, optional.
You're not saving par from that drop zone.
Not too often.
Albeit a throw in, but.
Well, yeah. It's almost tough to get the bogey, really.
Yeah. Does that? Oh, doesn't cross either.
Nah, did not. Unfortunately, it was close. No cigar. Kristin with a good correction from the round yesterday, making sure not to do that same thing. Hanging it out on the right side, letting it flip over. MDGmedia.eu/shop. That's where you get the goods, and they're great.
Yes, sir. Go grab some merch, man. Pretty good shot there from that drop zone.
Yep, sliding up the pathway. Decent look now to get that bogey. Uphill putt, which is kind of scary in the headwind.
Pulls. Does it skip in? Does not. That's going to be another shot from that drop zone.
Well, she actually crossed in.
Oh,
Yeah.
did she cross in?
Yeah. There's like, it kind of widens out just a little bit there, and so she did end up in bounds for a moment before it went back out, but doesn't progress far. That's for sure.
Yeah, might as well have been the same shot.
Yeah, more or less. Eveliina, great touch, placing it up on the shelf, right inside the circle, near the bullseye. Almost securing that par. You know, making a little pressure for Kristin. She does pretty well, just a little bit shorter.
Ooh.
Nope. Not quite. Low left. Never a chance there for Kaidi.
That tailwind seemed to just dropping it out of the air right there.
Getting the par. Bigger number there. So still knotted up. Long traverse to the next hole. Another par 4. Shorty, but uphill, 140 meters. Par 4, you gotta try to get up on this shelf. First, you gotta pass that restroom facility there. Drop zone, you see if you missed that Mando on the right. On this path is pretty okay, but you'd like to get a little more distance and maybe be up here on the shelf to open up space to get the approach. Basket well guarded with a drop off.
Yeah, scary approach in here, man. This is a tough one. It can be done pretty easily if you just have good placement, but it's not an easy hole, man. You got a steep drop off right behind that basket. You really want to get that placement on the first shot to have any chance for the birdie.
Yeah.
Look at that. We're playing the golf competition.
Exactly. Yeah.
Where the E and the D are just gone from the wind and the weather, man.
All the assets are long gone, battered to pieces from yesterday's.
Oh, look at that skip. That skips up
Wow.
to a great spot.
Kristin.
That one hit that?
Yeah.
Oh, does that go around it?
It gets played around in the wind, ends up in that tree, but she's in a spot where she's able to reach out with a forehand to still try to get up to the basket. Lucky it didn't get stuck way up in those trees because they're pretty grabby and it's thick up in there. But it's on the outskirts of it, so not a problem. Here's Kaidi with a very early release. Straight into the thick stuff, but it kicks out. She will still be in a tough spot, having to get up and over that. Oh, no. Okay, she's on the left side of it. Forehand out. Pretty decent.
Interesting lie right there. I don't know if I've seen really someone behind that thing.
Yeah, she shanked it pretty bad.
Yeah.
A weird roll, too, on the approach. There you see. Forehand trying to get up. Gets most of the way, but not all the way to the pin. Eveliina with a big spiking forehand hyzer.
I like that. I like that play right there. Kristin again with the forehand, trying to get around and in. Does it? Oh, goes pretty long.
Yeah. Circle 2. Decision-making time. You know, it's a pretty scary putt to run with the wind and the drop off behind. You know, and she tried to get aggressive on 4 and it bit her. So we'll see how much that's in her head and whether
Yeah,
she
right.
wants to take that same kind of a chance. Obviously, Kaidi blow past the basket. That's layup all day, yeah. Oh, she gave it a soft run. I do like that.
Yeah. Not
good
bad.
effort. Really good effort. Stays close as well. Kristin, disciplined layup. Be interesting to see how much that kind of mistake on 4 gets in her head, and you know how timid she might be as far as taking chances on the green.
Yeah, I mean, day 4, it's like when you're obviously not contention for the lead. It's just like, especially for Kaidi and Henna, it's just like, go
Oh,
for
yeah.
it, right?
Yeah, sure.
Like,
Yeah, I mean, they do have like a really fun prize ceremony where medals, the podium, top 3 get medals, and they get presented this medal by the president of the Norwegian Sports Committee and Olympic Federation. So it is quite a prestigious honor to be in the top 3 player in Europe. So that might be on their minds, but they're definitely like way out of contention for the victory here.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, they can definitely take some more risks.
OTB is very specific on how they list the disc because they want you to like the disc.
Virtually in your hand tells you what the disc is going to feel like, how heavy it's going to be. It's everything you want to know before it shows up to your house.
Not just marketing.
It's only the best.
All right, hole 7 here. Par 3, 249 feet, 76 meters. There's our tee right there, flying over it. Just go straight up that gap. Don't miss that Mando. I don't think I've seen anyone actually miss that to the right. I'm sure someone has, but it seems pretty rare to miss that Mando. Just get up there and try to skip maybe right around there, smash something up there. Maybe hyzer flip, maybe force over, and, slide up to that pin. Hope to get yourself a look for that bird.
Looking good, but turning a bit right. Can it fight through and give her a chance? Hard to tell. It was pretty chilly this day. Like, temperature had dropped a little bit now that the storm has fully moved in. Now that front's well progressed in, and now
Yeah, I'd say it was the coldest day.
for sure.
I'd say it was definitely the coldest day.
Nice move on that.
Yeah,
taking it
thought
wide.
that was an early release, but that had that hyzer flip turn to it and just kind of rode up there.
Yeah, just used the whole fairway. Was a little scary though with the branches, but
Oh, but I like this.
yep, that's nice. It has the height. It's a little ground play.
Sit.
Yep.
Nice.
There
Good
she
disc.
is. Mhm.
Oh, whose lie is that?
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. That's Eveliina.
Cool.
She's stuck in there. That was kind of cool. And she's not too far away. I mean, Kristin's going at this, but
Oh, come on. Come on. There you
Yeah.
go.
yeah, didn't give enough pop there. So Eveliina with the chance to get a stroke, but not able to connect. So it's kind of like up to Kristin to make another big putt to keep with her.
Oh, I like that bid.
Mm-hmm. Catches the cage.
Just
Wide
pulled
right.
it a little right there, yeah.
Yeah, and I believe Kristin's made the adjustment in putting with her harps instead of her normal pures, moonshine pures, just to give it that extra stability, not to be affected as much by the wind. Sticking with it, and it's working well. So pars again. Both still tied up at 1. Eveliina even for the round, and Kristin +1. Both still under par for the event, which is very impressive. I mean, if you look at the rest of the field scores, they're, miles away.
Mm-hmm. We're rocking into hole 8 here, par 4. One of the shorter par 4s on the course, but it's demanding landing zone kind of par 4. You want to land right here around this bush, a bit left of that bush actually, and you're going to want to come in either through that gap in the trees, which I've seen a lot of players do, more so than not. When I practiced this course, I kind of thought it was get as far as left as you can and then forehand or turnover in, but the most birdies I've seen have actually come from just a nice little touchy putter shot through that gap in those trees.
Yeah, that's right. This is on the left side. Just gonna want to check up now. Perfect position there.
Yeah, great shot.
Yeah, I talked to Jostein, the course designer, and he said they made that little, wider part of the fairway there because it's the ideal landing zone. They don't want to punish those perfect shots, with a straight line. They give them just a little pocket to kind of land there, and Eveliina finds it. Ideal, really. Opens up that approach and makes it pretty routine. All right, shot there, a little inside, but not too bad. It's going to have that opportunity to get through that gap that you mentioned with the putter. Just a little touchy approach, just kind of threading the needle through those trees.
And that is not as left as you want. That's kind of takes birdie out of play right there. There is a potential roller from there to, a real sharp little roller right around there, but
yeah,
kind of takes birdie out of play with a shot like that. Oh, what an upshot from Eveliina. Bases it.
Right up on the pole. Beautifully done. There you see she is quite pinched, as you said. Not really a birdie position. So you just want to get yourself into the open and then, put yourself close for that par. Kristin going through that gap you mentioned.
Yep.
Nicely done.
Mm-hmm.
Henna, gonna go with the Anheuser. She's so good at these shots, even from the standstill. Wicked touch. She's been playing disc golf a long time.
Oh, nice
Mad
shot.
skills. Yeah.
Do you know what that red approach disc is that she uses?
No, I don't.
I don't either, but she uses it all the time.
She's very good with it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so. If that's in her hands, I'm like, yep, that's going near the basket.
Yep. All day. Makes good. Yep. Gets it in. No stress, and Eveliina absolutely parked here. Happy about that. No stress.
Yeah, love a good smiling birdie right there,
Hole 9, par 5, 206 meters or 676 feet. Downhill, fairly tight, really tricky. You got to get past this Mando. You don't have to necessarily do it on the first shot, but we want to be in this landing zone right there where the wood chips are. Very soggy after heavy rains overnight and this morning.
Yeah, today was one of the soggiest the course has been, I would say.
Oh,
I mean, it was
yeah.
just so, my feet were absolutely soaked after walking around the course.
Yeah, my feet are still soaked right now, even after changing my socks. Shout out to the tournament folks there hooking us up.
Yep.
But
We did get some free socks from the players pack, but I put my dry socks in my already wet shoes, and my dry socks then turned into wet socks.
That was 20 great minutes, though. Kind of like good
Yeah.
feeling feet.
Oh, what a placement there from that drive. That is exactly where you want to be.
Yeah, that was amazing. That's the best shot I've seen all week. FPO, MPO, doesn't matter. That was incredible from Eveliina.
This also looks, is that
It's a
gonna-
little late turn.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it looked good. It just kind of drifted a little bit right at the end of it. And then she's slightly pinched now with the Mando. And a little early. Catches some stuff.
I wonder if she saw that late flip from Kristin's disc and took a little, kind of almost like too much of a wind read there, or if that was just too much hyzer.
Well, that can definitely happen, right? You know, you can kind of overcorrect on what you see from the players ahead of you on the card. That one bounces down from the hillside nicely, which will give her more space. It's lined up pretty good, actually, there. I mean, she's pretty far back from the pin, but being a par 5, plenty of opportunities
Getting
to
left
progress.
down there is good. You don't need to be in that little wood chip landing zone per se.
Yeah.
If you're kind of just left and if you're before the Mando, you can still rip something into there.
Yeah. But, I mean, that just goes to show how brilliant Eveliina's shot was. She's so far up there. That's like, you know, more than sweet as far as spots go.
Mm-hmm.
A little overturned. Fights through, though.
Whoa.
Or does it? Maybe kick to the right. There is OB over there. May have found it. Sure appears so. Yeah, Kristin doing a good shot there. Flicking it around the Mando. Still a chance for birdie. She can get a good third shot. But Eveliina's got an opportunity to get herself up to the green for an eagle look. She does put a good move on this.
Whoa, nice. That is a look for eagle right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, C2 pin high.
Yeah.
All you could ask for. And more, really. This one chopped down halfway to the basket and rolls into a tight spot over there.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be probably a forehand in from there. Kristin, her forehand prowess is amazing. Let's see what she can do from there.
Yeah. That one goes into a bush. Should be slightly obstructed, but perhaps an opportunity. This one goes a little bit past the pin. Stay safe. Inside the circle. And Kristin leaves herself a lot of work left now for that par.
Yeah.
And with Eveliina in position for an eagle, there's a chance for possible
Could
big
be a
swing
huge
here.
swing, yeah. There was that red disc again in Henna's hand going up right under the pin.
See how aggressive Eveliina decides to be. I feel like she wanted it, but maybe her body wouldn't let her.
That looked like a want. That looked like a want. It kind of flopped out of her hand a little bit. She's smiling. I think she did go for that for sure.
Yeah. Either way, she's pretty much parked for birdie.
Wow.
It's a big putt.
That's huge.
Yeah. Saving her par. Ah, splashes out. Low right. A lot of chains, but not quite. As Eveliina walks up for her birdie and to take the lead here. First time of the whole event. Kristin's been going wire to wire so far.
Mm-hmm.
Looking for an outright lead halfway through the final round, and she gets it done. Pretty exciting. Getting some knucks from her teammate.
All right, and there we have it. There was a front nine. of our final round, man. We got Kristin and Eveliina knotted up at the top. 2 down, 2 down. Henna at plus 15. Kaidi at plus 23. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is a 2-horse race. Who's going to take it between Kristin and Eveliina? I don't know.
Yeah, you got to come back to see this exciting conclusion of the European Disc Golf Championships 2025. So excited to bring you this on MDG Media. Do everything you can to support us. Having a lot of fun here in the booth, and we can't wait to see the final conclusion. Come back for the back 9.
See you there.